Hello everybody! So I had a small difficulty. I was like all ready and set up to go, and then my client crashed. So just... I hope you're all doing fine this morning. How are you all feeling? I had some tea and crumpets for breakfast. How about that? Is that British enough for you guys? I start the stream, it's okay. Calm. Calm. Oh. I have a problem with... Excuse me for one moment. Got a problem with the time-lapse machine. Don't think the UI is muted. Okay. Yes. And this is not right. This doesn't look right. Let's get rid of that. Yes, I'm facing the other way. So the computers are turned around, and they were facing the wall behind me, behind you. They are now facing the wall behind me. So I'm basically sitting where the computer was before. Okay. So then, I had some plans, and I was thinking, well, what I was thinking was, this looks cool and all, but we're getting closer and closer to tiny little microbiomes, which is not really what I had envisioned for this. So what I'm thinking is, let's go for a huge mushroom thing, and I'm thinking, since we've got mushrooms here, as kind of an entranceway, and we got... yeah, so that's what happens if you try to run shaders without the graphics card enabled. So because of the way, the vagaries of streaming software, I have to run Minecraft on my CPU and not on the GPU. And so if I try to run shaders, it will do that because there's no GPU. So, anyway, yes. So basically I want to create... a Minecraft mushroom world going up this way. So I'm imagining this as kind of the biggest mushroom, and then kind of just growing up this way to maybe about this height, kind of a slope of just lots of different mushrooms, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map out, my plan at the moment is map out where I want it to go using the line tool. And then use maybe some kind of cylinder brush, or maybe sphere brush, and then I'm going to kind of drape purple over the whole thing. So we'll see how that goes exactly. Oh, music! I knew there was something I was missing. Give me one moment. I just get that running. It shouldn't take me 1 second. Boom. Where is it? Oh, I put my playlist into a place where I could find it, but apparently I didn't. So just excuse me just 1 moment. Got it now. Let's play that. Okay, that'll do. So, back in the game. Okay, so I'm going to start doing some lines, I think, is the best way here. So, let's start here. Ooh. And I'm going to try and create a kind of an interesting... Oh, come on, music. You can do it. Oh, gosh. Windows 10 leaves some things to be desired, really. Alright, so we take a pos 2 here. And we're going to do a line of stone. So this is a technique I've never tried before, but I'm going to give it a go. So what I'm basically going to do is create kind of a wireframe of lines to set out where the terrain's going to go, and then we can quite easily edit that before kind of committing to it. So, oh, we're behind the mushroom for the time lapse, but it's no worries. I don't really care about that camera anymore now that I've got the new technique. That's just there kind of as an extra overview, so you can kind of see what's going on. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm imagining. Let's do the same kind of thing over here. So I want it to kind of look vaguely kind of similar, so it's not just like lots of different random shapes. So let's do a pos 1 here, and we'll run over here and we'll do a pos 2. We'll get a line of stone in there. No, that's bomb. I'm doing everything wrong. Alright, let's try that again. Pos 1 here. And we'll do limestone. There we go, that's what I need. Alright, and let's take pos 2 here. And so I'm going to take another pos 2 kind of over here somewhere. Let's bring it down a little, and then we'll bring it up to where that cliff is. Let's do it here. So we do a pos 2. We'll make a limestone there. My other Minecraft client seems to have frozen, actually. It's not seeing any of this. Yeah, there is a small stream delay, I'm sorry about that. It's just the way that... What the heck? What the heck happened there? I'm just excuse me for one moment, I need to know what's happening with my client here. It's really not liking it. We're stuck in permanent chat mode. The arrow. Gosh. Okay. I'm closing that down. I'm just going to restart that. And let's go back in here, and I'll continue while that's just restarting. So, now let's take. I think it's pos 1 down to here. Do a line of stone there. And we'll need a pos 1. We'll bring it all the way up to kind of, let's say here, why not? Okay. Cool. So let's grab one through here. And I think I might go so far as to map in all of the places where I want to put the mushrooms too. We can kind of have a pretty good idea of what this is going to look like before we get started. I know it's not the usual way I'm operating, but I'm going to give it a go, why not? Okay. Hello! Let me see if I can get the client. No, it hasn't even started now. Bonnie. Oh, there we go. Now it's launched the launcher. Okay. There we go. Can get back in the game at least. So let's get a line in here. In fact, we'll run a line the whole way along here. Oh gosh, keep doing the wrong one. There we go. Bonjour. Je suis bonne. Oh wait, no, I have a French word for this. Bof. Bof. Okay, so let's extend now. Let's see if we can put in where we want the water to go. So we'll plan this in a little bit. Let me just swap that over. Okay, we got the character in the game, so now it should just be a case of pressing one button. Okay. That worked. Oh, I need to press the button on the correct machine. Sorry, I'm just fumbling a little bit. Is that working now? Yeah, it's working now. Okay, great. Sorry about that. We should be back. So, yeah, let's map out where the water's going to go. I'm going to use lapis for that. So let's try... I want this to be... Where can I do it? So let's look. We've got this kind of valley forming, which means you need to kind of keep it in the middle. So let's keep it in the middle here. Let's bring it up to here. +2. And we'll do line 22. And we'll bring it up here a little. +2. Whoa. And we'll do line 22. So it's getting quite kind of steep now. And then actually let's make... Did you... Just real quick, thanks. And we'll put... Oh, I don't want to do it quite yet. Well, let's leave this for now anyway. And I'm going to do the map out where the bank's going to go. So let's take it from here. We'll bring it up to, say, here. +2. Set stone. No, that's not right. Limestone. And now we'll take up to here. +2. Limestone. And we'll do the same thing over here. Take a +2. Limestone. And we'll do up here as well. +2. Limestone. So, I'm going to bring this up a little more actually, so that we don't just have like a straight down here. So I'm going to get kind of a high point in the middle. In fact, the best way to make a high point in the middle is to make a high point back here and then join it up. So let's do one here. +2 here, and we'll put +1 in there, and we'll do a line. Bonjour, je m'appelle Ymgarl. This means, well, maybe he'll probably tell you before I do. Nice, nice. So we start to now see kind of where we're going to get this. Oh, I have an idea. This is giving me an idea. Why don't we make super geometric? Imagine crystal facets making up this environment. That could be really cool, maybe. That could be really nice, actually, if these are really straight lines. Although I don't know, maybe it's not right for this area. Perhaps we'll sort that one away for now. But yeah, I think an area made entirely out of kind of angular crystal plates could be really cool. Let's just get one in here. And there we go. So we're getting a bit of a. Thank you. Getting a bit of a little landscape getting mapped out now. And now this would be workable by hand. Do I want to do it by hand? Maybe not. Just wondering how else I could do it. And let's think about now where we're going to place mushrooms. So I'm just going to fly over here so we can get a view. something is slowing the main PC down. Yeah, I saw the community channel. I don't know what that does. I'm not really sure whether there's any point. I'm not sure how that goes out to people. I've never seen any kind of community message. I guess it's supposed to be a little bit like Facebook, maybe? Oops. I'm just going to put a line of stone in there. And yeah, I want to think about where to put these mushrooms now, that was right. So, what we don't want is everything to be obscured by the big mushroom, but I suppose it's not going to be a problem. So really, this one, in fact, let's set it up now. If I put a P here, is that going to work? A P here? Is that right? Whoops. It's not that one. Whoa. But, not that. I forget how to place my markers. Oh well, it doesn't matter too much. But this is probably where it will be viewed from. So I suppose we want to kind of focus the mushrooms here and here. And I had this idea of them being kind of layered backwards. So let's start, I suppose. Let's mark one in here. And I'll just do that using just a little floating sphere. So let's do a sphere, redstone, or a redstone block 5, say. Oh, that's quite a big one. Is it? Oh yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I might give it a go then later. And let's get one in... What other colour could we have? I don't want to use lapis again because I've used that for water. How about diamond 57? We'll do a slightly smaller one. Whoa! Whoops! Bye-bye! Okay, that's not what we need. Let's try that again. Hello! Whoa, I'm inside. Okay. So, I'm just gonna rush over here again because I can't figure out my commands there. So, if we're expecting to be viewed from here, that one's gonna be kind of semi-hidden. So, let's grab another one. Maybe one here. Yeah, let's put one in here. We'll go for a different color. We'll go for redstone again. Why not? It's not like it matters. This is just testing. Redstone block. And maybe one larger one back here, but we haven't actually built here yet. So I'm not going to bother with anything behind this mushroom because it's just going to be obscured, and also I want the ability to kind of move. So this is the initial site, is boom, giant mushroom, 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 some more mushrooms behind, and then be able to move kind of to the side here and get sort of a view up the valley where we can see through. But I think for now this should be enough. So let's have a little go. I don't know if there's a way to do triangles in... what I'm going to do actually is what I'm thinking. Let's create some kind of slime layer, and just have kind of layers of slime running over each other. Which is going to sound weird, but hopefully you'll see what I mean. Here's what I'm going to do actually. So I need a base layer. Let's use purple terracotta as the base layer, and then... Oh, we'll use purple concrete as the base layer, and then we'll slime over it using purple terracotta. So how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to do a brush cylinder. What is this exactly? 25110. And brush cylinder 25110 3 1. Let's just go for it. So I'm basically just going to kind of lay this out. And then... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to undo this. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it a 3-3, so that we end up with something to actually slime over. Kind of. So I'm imagining kind of... you know how kind of a cake looks? That kind of a look. This horrible purple with another horrible purple dripped over the top. Like a really badly designed cake. Alrighty, so I'm trying to keep to the design that I laid out, but it's proving a little bit difficult using a brush like this. Wow, my machine is really struggling to cope with this. That will be something I will be investigating this evening. Right, let me write that down. A pen. Never mind. I won't write that down. I'll just remember with my super memory. Hello? Cool. I don't know. I don't know enough Spanish to be able to attempt anything. No habla español. Hi. How are you? So let's just keep bulking this out in the same way. I know it's the same kind of brush I've been using so far, but up to now I think we've managed to get away with it, and I think we should be able to get away with this one too. I think this is an especially good use of this particular technique of using the cylinders. Oops, it's the ground. Because of the kind of slimy nature that I'm going for. Oh. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep it on the level with the stone here. And I suppose I need to decide what this transition here is going to be, whether it's going to go into stone or whether it's going to not, I suppose. Also, we could have purple, that'd be cool actually, purple carpets coming down here, like slime coming out of here. So maybe we could actually change this to not be water, have it be some other colour, like maybe lime green or something, and then we could have kind of purple or green slime coming out of the area. Nice, nice. So I think that'll do for that section. Let's move over to here and we'll start filling this in. To start, I suppose, by coming up here. And we may need to do some kind of transitioning through there, but I'm not sure exactly how to do it at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that problem for another day. And now we're a little bit high for this, so let's just try and make this a little bit lower. Oh, excuse me. And keep bring this up. And there we go. Just gonna keep working this all the way through. I'm thinking about how we can, whether we can do some kind of a replace command just to liven it up a bit, maybe with some different colors, or whether it's just gonna work as is. Maybe some purple wool might look interesting, although, as I say, I'm going to hit it over with the plan is presently to cover it with another colour to act kind of like grass stroke slime, so we'll see how that works exactly. Let's just kind of carry this around. Looking fine. Looks a little bit different on this side actually, I guess because of the order in which I've done it. So I'm going to try and keep it looking similar. So I'm just going to try and work on here first, the bottom, and then build it upwards, because I think that's what I did over there, although I can't really remember. Actually, it was kind of stripes, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know. I think it looks better over there anyway, so I'm just going to try and keep it a bit more interesting than these kind of obvious rows that I've been doing over here. On the left, that is. Nice, okay. So next bit. Here's what I'm going to do actually. I've got a new plan. Let's move along the lines here and then fill in between. Now, I know this is not really what I had in mind for the lines. The lines were supposed to be the top of the terrain, but it really doesn't matter that much. Nice, nice. And up this way. Let's get a little bit in here, just fill that one out. That's done. Oh, maybe not quite. Ooh, tall one, not really what I had in mind. I might need to... What's going on here? Something is something that I don't want. Not sure what it is. I just closed down a couple processes because I think maybe I've got too many processes running or something. I have bad management of this. It takes so long to set up that I never really close everything down. So wow, 6 gigabytes is being used by Java. I wonder why. There's no good reason for that. Oh. And let's just keep going for now. Oh, this wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, was it? I was working through the wireframe first, so let's do that again. Let's work through this bit. A little bit of slime on the ground. Who cares? Yeah. Gross. And there we go. Nice. Whoa, I missed the target. Around here. Bring a little bit up here too. Through here. Still loads of holes, so let's just patch them all up. Doesn't take too long. I think we got the basic landscape down. Yes, so we can see here where we kind of changed the style. It's not ideal. Put a little bit in there. So, I'm gonna have a go and overwork this by hand now, I think. Just to get things in kind of a better shape. So I'm going to try and break up the kind of obvious cylindrical nature of this just by taking out a few of the blocks around the place, a few, and adding a few here and there, just to cut down on the amount of. Well, basically what I want to do is increase the number of too wide kind of steps like these, because what we're getting is these three one up one across steps are kind of spoiling things. And also I need to remember we're having a mushroom here, so actually what we'll do is we'll clear this space out just to give it a little bit of space to stand. So I'm going to try and keep it kind of flat-ish. And yeah, so it'll have room to stand in there. In fact, I'm going to pull up here, bring it forward, and do the same here a little. So we got a little bit more space. Yeah, nice. And moving up here, just trying to break it up a little. Yeah, cool. I think that's enough just to break up those obvious kind of shapes. And let's take out the edge here. Come over here. Oh, welcome back. And this is probably fine, I think. A little bit there. Check out some of those. Smooth that a little bit. I'm just generally kind of working around the place, trying to break up these cylindrical shapes, make it look less like it was just built out of cylinders, which we all know it was, but you know, the user doesn't need to. I don't know. Slime is purple is kind of what I'm imagining. I just like the colour of it, to be honest. I'm not sure that slime is like a technical term for anything, so I suppose it's a little bit kind of 80s B-movie, kind of science fiction movie set with some big mushrooms and purple ground and stuff. Maybe we should have some big tin robots. And let's try and break this up a little bit. And take a little bit off here, put a little bit back. There. Yeah, and in this way I'm just trying to A, make it a little bit more even, and as I say, B, just get rid of all of those cylinder shapes. Or not all of them, but some of them. So we've got a little problem here where this is not quite right. It's okay though, it's fine to have a lower area. Let's bring out this a little. A little there. Take this edge off. Yes, yes. Nice. It reminds me a little bit of, I guess you guys probably don't know it, there was a game, a reskin of Doom, or not really a reskin, but a Doom clone called Chex Quest, which came in a box of cereal in America, Chex cereal. And it was very much kind of this kind of style, very gloopy slime. The enemies were all slime monsters, and it's for some reason just kind of reminded me of that. Hello. Oh. Somebody Facebooking me. I think it's my girlfriend. Let me just see what she wants. Not important now. So we're getting there now. We nearly finished this this section of nearly finished this kind of pass. Yeah, you play, because it's a game for promoting a cereal. You play as like a animated, fully like alive hero version of this cereal. And your weapon is a spoon, and you shoot weird gloop out of the spoon. And the enemies are all like kind of. I'm trying to remember what the enemies look like. Quite a variety of enemies, actually. I don't think they're all cereal-based enemies, but yeah, it's funny to have your main weapon be a spoon. Let's fill this out. I'm doing just fine. How are you today? Fill this out a little. I know about this game because I used to play Doom online. Which is still a thing, actually. You can still play it online, and there are a load of kind of mini games. One mini game that I've yet to see ported anywhere else. It's called. What was it called? I can't remember the name of it. But the basic premise of the game was it's a multiplayer game where everybody picks one character from a Doom clone. So you could be a Doom guy, or you could be the character out of Heretic, or you could be the character from Hexen. And you had a huge map, like a deathmatch map, and you had one life. And the idea was you would generate mana over time, and you would spawn monsters from your game, and the monsters would fight the other players' monsters from the other games. And the winner was the one who managed to kill the main character from the other games, which was a really cool idea. And I haven't really seen anything like that. I don't know of any other game that's kind of similar. Maybe there's a market there. Chex Quest guy used to be super powerful because he had these turrets, the turrets that would just be still, which was a super large advantage because most of the enemies from Doom games are not very smart. They just kind of mindlessly run forward and die. And so with the stationary ones, you can amass a tremendous number of them. So it's pretty powerful. There we go. Okay. I think I'm happy enough with that. Let's just smooth out a little bit the areas where we're going to have these mushrooms. So I actually kind of want to lift this up a little bit. So let's get rid of this first. And I'm going to have kind of a slime cliff. Replace redstone block there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is really kind of bulk this up. And bring... need to kind of meld it in a little bit. We'll bring it a little bit back too. There we go. And I think that'll work. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we'll get rid of the selection and we'll do a little bit of working over that by hand. I'm fine to leave a little bit of overhanging because I want to do some kind of slime hanging down. So I'm going to actually deliberately leave that bit that's overhanging. And maybe we can have a little bit of overhang over here as well, actually. So I'm going to bring this out a little more just so that we can have an excuse to have some slime hanging. I think in future, actually, I'm gonna go back to the old time. I think maybe there's too long between. There's too much of a delay on the stream, so I think I might move back over to the old model with quicker turnaround. Yeah, we get some great mods. Great games come out of mods. I mean, look at all the most popular games. Let's see, Dota and PUBG. They're all originated in mods. Tower defense. I mean, Minecraft wasn't originally a mod, but Minecraft is great for this modding scene, and I'm sure we're going to have some... I mean, Minecraft was one of the first games to kind of implement the kind of PUBG type mod, the Hunger Games type mods. Maybe not one of the first, but it was certainly one of the more popular, I think. And I think it wouldn't surprise me if we got some more kind of significant games started in Minecraft, maybe. Oh yes, Counter-Strike, of course. Team Fortress 2. Oh, purple glass could be an interesting idea, actually. I wonder. Maybe we could do that for the water. We could do stained glass for the water, maybe. Let's have a go with... I'm going to do an overlay brush. And then we can try swapping it out. D1, so just a 1 depth. And the voxel will be... What is this? I was going to do... is it pink terracotta? No, purple terracotta, I think. Purple... Where is purple terracotta? There it is. 15910. 15910. Oh. Okay, that didn't work. 15910. Yeah. And we want to do... I think we need to do overall. Let me just do a quick help command and find out what the overall command is. Info. Over space all. Okay. Of course it's that command. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So this is gonna take some more careful effort to get it to work, and we might need to reverse the colors potentially. I mean, I'm gonna obviously need to kind of build over a little bit so it looks a little bit more slimy and a little bit less less like kind of, well, just placed on top. Yeah, Team Fortress 2, or, well, the original Team Fortress was a mod for Quake, I believe. And it was really odd. It was more like Counter-Strike. It was supposed to be kind of realistic. Which is a strange thing. Because it's not certainly not how it ended up. And I mean, it took what, 10 years, I think, to develop Team Fortress 2? From a mod to what it finally became. And it was worth it. It was probably the only game that we waited that long, and it was actually worth it. It's a server, but it's a private server, so I'm afraid you can't join. You're welcome to watch, of course. Well, I mean, that's kind of the point of the stream. I don't know why I said that, but having screen tearing, actually. Maybe there's a problem with my frame rate. Oh yeah, I think I should do that. Might help with the frame rate. Oh, that's interesting. Serial and series. Serial killer. There is, I mean, serial and serial are similar in English, of course. Russia is well, it's not like the West. I mean, certainly not like Europe. I mean, Europe's, you know, quite a lot of countries and quite small. Just noticed this looks a little rude, so let's just resolve that. Alrighty, so our test case here will be this one. So let's try building it to look slimy. This is going to take a long time, should be noted. But you know, it's dedication that pays off. So I'm basically going to coat the entire scene with this purple goop, and some of it's going to be showing through. Some of the purple underlying will be showing through. I'm not sure if I want to have it kind of be on a level, like as if it's flowing over, or kind of like this, like diagonally down. I think I prefer it up like that. Let's have a look at what that looks like. That doesn't look as great as I was hoping. Oh, I think it's because this is here. I think maybe this isn't going to work as I'm intending, which sucks. See, that's kind of what I'm imagining, but it's not big enough. Well, I think, obviously, to some people, the West is weird, Europe is weird. I'll tell you what, a strange place. The strangest place I've ever been is definitely Korea, where I spent 6 months in Korea, and that was very, very odd. They are very different from the West in so many ways. Maybe this will work. Definitely going to need to be kind of like this, so we get a layer all the way around. I mean, layers like this are just going to have to. It's just going to have to look like that, I think. I think the word for what you're describing, Yuri, is it's a false friend, I think. When you have, in English that is, when you have, when there's a word that sounds like one word, but it means another. Sorry, it sounds like the word in your native language, but it means a different word. I'm trying to think of some now. Auberge in French is funny. So we have aubergine. Whoa, what happened there? We have aubergine in English, and there is the word auberge in French, and it doesn't mean what you think it means. In fact, it means something completely different. So if you ask for une auberge, you will get them magic mushrooms, man. If you ask for une auberge, you will get a hotel, which might not be what you wanted. So I think this is going to have to be kind of the basic design, because most of the hills here are kind of a little sort of like this. Yeah, it kind of works. It's not really what I wanted, but I should have thought more about how big the cliffs were. This is kind of more what I wanted, but the cliffs just aren't big enough over here, so it's going to kind of work, but also kind of not. Well, let's give it a go, and if it doesn't work, then I don't know what to do then. I'm not really sure what to do if it doesn't work. I think it can work, maybe. We're going to end up with a lot of this, which I don't know if it's kind of ideal. Gosh, there's a lot of work to do here, actually. I've really got my work cut out for me here. I guess down here I might just have it kind of flowing over. Hi, Diana. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna regale you guys with a tale of the land of South Korea. Oh, and that will feed into your question here. Feed in. Oh, boom! That's the kind of quality chit-chat you can only get. So, Korea. Let me talk about Korean food first of all then. So, food in Korea my favorite food actually might be a Korean food. A Korean barbecue is totally unlike anything that you might have a barbecue in the UK or anywhere else. You have the barbecue on the table, and it's great. Like, you imagine a barbecue, but it's right there in front of you, and you're just sitting at the table, and you're inside a restaurant, so you get all the benefits of a barbecue, but you also get all the benefits of a restaurant, which is amazing. But I mean, that's very unusual. You wouldn't do that in the West normally. And oh goodness, I should not get started on Korea. Actually, once I get started, I can't stop. I love talking about it. I'll leave it at that for now, and you'll have to wait with bated breath for some more tales of the unknown. Yeah. Right, I think it makes more sense actually to have them kind of in like this. Yeah. Yeah, the grill is like right there. It's on the table, and they don't trust foreigners to do it themselves. So all of your meat will be grilled for you, which is nice. It's nice service. You know, someone will come to the table and will grill the meat, and you can eat it right there and then. But I mean, it's very undignified. You take a big leaf, like a big salad leaf, and you put a bit of meat in there, and you put some kimchi, which is like spicy cabbage, a bit like spicy sauerkraut. What else do you put in there? Like lots of pickled things, lots of pickled items into this big lettuce leaf, and then just in one, with your fingers, just in one, this huge mouthful. And it's considered rude not to do that, I believe. I was told so anyway. And so yeah, you have to just it doesn't matter how big a mouthful it is, you've got to shove that in your mouth in one go. And it is quite a task to do so and remain somewhat dignified. You know, when you're sitting there with your boss, and your boss's family, trying not to look undignified as you're, you know, chowing down on a gigantic mouthful of meat. Gross. Kimchi is served with everything, so you better like kimchi if you ever go to Korea, because every single restaurant will bring you kimchi. Korea also has it's a very different culture. The schools are very, very hard-working schools, ludicrously hard-working, really. So I was teaching in a school for 3- and 4-year-olds, so very small children, before, like, kind of preschoolers. And this was their after-school school, so they're not even 5 years old, and they already, after they finish their kindergarten, they go to private kindergarten, which is just ridiculous. It's just so much. Too much. Yeah, so they might be there until... Some of them are there, you know, I had a 7-year-old who was there until 8 o'clock. Which is crazy. Yeah, it's funny, sometimes you hear about, they talk about the best education systems in the world. When they do that, they talk about Finland and they talk about South Korea, and sometimes they talk about them together, which is odd to me, because one of them is different from the other. I mean, I'm sure, as you're aware, Korea's education is extremely stringent. They just go, not stringent maybe, it's a lot. Like, they do a lot. Whereas Finland is kind of the opposite. It's quality over quantity. Korea is, yeah, it's very much quantity over quality. I guess the idea is if you throw enough poop, some of it sticks. Oh, you're at Mexico? Are you, it's America, is it? Sexy? Yeah, so later on, some people in the Korean education system, some of the kids will be there until just all hours of the day, 10 p.m. My sister also was in Korea, and she taught in a school for kind of maybe 8 to 10-year-olds, so kind of primary school age, elementary school, I suppose. And her teaching hours were 2 until 9. So she was teaching 8 to 10-year-olds until 9 o'clock at night, which is ludicrous. It is not that hot at the moment, actually. It's maybe 22 degrees. I could ask the machine, the robot. We don't say her name because she might hear us. I'm not going to do that though. I don't know. I think it's about 20 odd degrees at the moment. Goodness, there is a lot of work to be done here. Didn't really know how much I was kind of committing to. And it doesn't look that great, unfortunately. It looks okay though. I'm kind of getting the vibe that I wanted. This kind of dripping vibe. My redstone skills are limited. I haven't done much of any. I've never built any kind of complicated contraptions. I've copied other people's designs before, on occasion, with some difficulty, and I understand the basics, but I'm not like an electrical engineer or anything. So I could probably do some basic stuff. Again, wow. I think yesterday we nearly had the hottest day actually, or the hottest day this year, but we didn't. I think because London was a bit cooler. I don't know why. I don't know why London's cooler. We have thunderstorms at the moment and not really sunshine so much. So London was a bit cooler. What the hell? What is this? This is my treacle cake mushroom landscape, and it's a good job that we started doing this now because I can learn from my mistakes. And next section will be steeper, so that we can get a better kind of pour on. We can get our pour on a little bit better. Yeah, I've definitely got a bit better at it though, so we can kind of make it look a little bit more like it's pouring, kind of dripping down. We've nearly done it. I might do build battle again. I'm not a huge fan of build battle actually, mostly because I don't win every time. Actually, that's untrue, but I mean, I sometimes question the judgment of the players. Like, I feel like a lot of the players just I'm not sure if they're deliberately tactically voting, they see a good build and they vote it down, or what, but sometimes it seems almost random who wins, which is annoying, to say the least. Also, I don't like kind of the impermanence of it. I quite like the fact that once I've built a build, I've still got it. Cool. Nice. I'm actually going to fill in here. Let's just kind of have it dripping down a little bit more there. Yeah, okay. Nice, nice. So, let's see if we can get the base in here. So I'm going to go for purple again. And I'm going to do just the same, basically, but we're not, because we're going to have this idea that whatever this water is going to be washing it away. So it's going to stay purple down where the water is. Is that in California? I would guess if it's CA. Is that CA's California? Trying to keep it kind of bowl shaped a little bit. I have a big time-lapse project kind of sort of lined up. I still need to hammer out the details, but I started doing these streams kind of while I was doing the background, but I've nearly finished the background. I only have one orb left to do. So I need to do the the wind orb, wait, the thunder orb, and then I will have had all the orbs that I need. Okay, yeah, this works. So, with the latest time-lapse, actually, that's kind of an exciting thing, because I can now do that for all of these, streams. So, hopefully, I've already started, in fact. Hopefully, I could do kind of a weekly wrap-up of the streams and time-lapse all the streams, and then I have this master plan, which I don't want to share with you in case some of you steal it. I've got my precious, but a master plan of bringing all of the different time-lapses together. So basically, I'll build kind of a large area on the streams, and then so some of this has not been time-lapsed. Unfortunately, this section here doesn't have the recording, but this section so far does. And so when I've built up like kind of quite a large area, I'm gonna combine the time-lapses, and I have a specific idea for how I'm gonna do that. And so we're going to have Mushroom Land coming up this way. Mushroom Land coming up this way. I think we're going to have a deep ravine going around here, like looping around here. Up this way, I'm planning to have mountains and snow area. And I don't know what's over there. I was thinking maybe we could go for some more like kind of moorland like this. Kind of scrubby moorland. Could be nice. So we've got a lot of options. Now that we're at this stage, I kind of started by having all of these different biomes kind of clashing, and I don't really have to do that anymore, hopefully. I can just kind of expand in the direction that I want. So anyway, I'm just gonna kind of keep working here. I'm just gonna bulk this all the way up to the line. And now I'm going to grab my bigger brush, if I can find. Yeah, let's do a 4-5, so we can speed this up a little bit. So what I'm going to do with this is raise the stakes, yo. No, I'm going to add a bigger jump in, and then maybe we can go back to the old way. So this is basically just going to raise us up a little more, and hopefully give room for some cool dripping effects, so we can really... I've discussed this idea before. I'm not sure what the specific technique is. I'm sure somebody in the art world could probably tell me, where we have one large object, and then we use that to explain what the smaller objects are, the smaller, less detailed objects, and by seeing, for example, by seeing a mushroom here, we are more likely to see mushrooms elsewhere. So, I mean, this thing, for example, doesn't really look too much like a mushroom by itself, but next to the other mushrooms, you can kind of see what it is. We don't have, it's not an open server, I'm afraid, Donator. So I don't really have an IP that I can give you, I'm afraid. It's just my private server, basically, just for the purposes of this stream. I'm going to go for another layer here, so you can really bring it up. And then we're going to go back, I think, to a smaller height. In fact, I'm going to kind of lower this down a little bit. I want to kind of blend it in. I don't want that to be higher than the cliff tops there. And we'll leave that there. Cool, cool. Yeah, that's nice. So let's just going to make this a little bit shorter. Bring it up a little. Thank you. Yeah, the temptation with Minecraft... Oh, plus 1 subscriber. Hello! Subscriber friend. So, let's go for an overlay, because we are... Oh, this looks quite nice actually, I'm enjoying this now. We're getting closer to where it's good. In fact, we already have the overlay on. So this, I guess I'll finish this up and then I'll have to go because I've got to go to work soon. But yeah, I'm getting some real, yeah, kind of the Martian invader or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up a horror B-movie title, but you know those old. I'm not sure what kind of era it is. It might be kind of 60s, 50s, kind of really bad quality science fiction movies. That's kind of what I'm getting from this huge purple landscape that looks kind of like a model. Like this almost wouldn't be out of place in a you know, a little as a little model from the background of one of those movies. What I'm feeling like, especially once I finish with the dripping. Literally could be a cake. Alright, so... Whoa, there's a hole there. So now I'm going to go for... I think it's just fine to leave these as they are, because they're going to get kind of obscured a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of overlay a little. I'm just going to fill that in completely, I think, because we're not going to be lacking for space to do stuff with this time. Let's go down there instead. Yeah, okay. This is what I've been excited about, actually being able to do the same thing as I did over on the other side again. So I'm gonna just delineate this one first, and then I'm gonna go, I don't know, 1, 0, 2, 2, 1. Hard to like randomize this in your head, a little bit tricky. Especially considering randomizing isn't good enough, you sometimes need to tactically place things to help the viewer kind of understand what's going on. Yeah, cool. Oops, get rid of that. I'm gonna bring that out again, actually. Yeah, that really gives that dribbling effect. Cake land. Does look like cake. Maybe we should call it that. Mushroom cake. It looks like the kind of cake that if you gave a kid like all the tools they would mix all the different food color together to make this horrible kind of brown color. Okay, I'm just going to shape this a little bit more interestingly. And then they probably, yeah, they'd be like, I want a purple cake, and then they put like this horrible kind of brown drip kind of icing just all over it. Oh, thank you. Plus one subscriber. Thank you. Welcome. No, I can't see who it is because I've got a rubbish setup, but maybe in the future I can resolve that actually. In fact, I'm trying to think why I can't resolve that. I think I know what the problem was, so maybe I can resolve. Maybe I can get my eyes on the feed so I can see subscribers and things. Leave that like that. Put one in there. Yeah. So now when we see this is very clearly dripping. When we see this and then we look over here, we now kind of see dripping. I mean, it's not, obviously it's not as great, but we know that this is interpreted in the lens, I suppose, of this. And so if we'd made this, I don't know, if we'd made this like archways, for example, so if we went like this and made it look like kind of archways, then we would interpret probably those as like kind of windows or archways or whatever. Take that away, actually. Doesn't need to be there. Okay, another dribble. Oops. So these corners offer good opportunities as well to have this kind of... If we go like this, it looks a little bit like a dribble or a drip. Yes. So I'm just gonna get a little bit in here. You guys have any suggestions for the stream? Like any ideas for how I can make it better? Because I'm always looking for new ideas to kind of improve things. I'm definitely gonna. I think I'm gonna swap back over to the slightly faster YouTube streaming algorithm, which hopefully won't affect the quality at all, but it may. So you'll have to kind of bear in mind how the quality is now, and then you can tell me tomorrow whether it's got better or worse. Yes, there we go. Yeah, so that's really got what I wanted now at the back there. It's cool. So this, you know, it ties into what we got over here. So this primes the viewer for when they see this. They're like, oh, it's dripping in the same way. Do you mean like on the stream? So kind of like so I'm extending my mushroom kingdom with some purple cakes, which is what they look like. So you mean like kind of maybe next to the... I could replace maybe the words time-lapse camera with the name of the build, maybe. Mushroom Kingdom or Mushroom Cake or whatever. Might do that actually, might give that a go. I just would have to remember to update that each time, but that shouldn't be too tricky. So the floating orbs there are representative of where I'm going to put the mushrooms. They were just there so I could kind of plan out where we're going. I'm not sure anyone wants to see them, I'm afraid. So, purple cake it is. Boom boom. Nice. Okay, so we're just kind of coming up to the end of the time here. So what I was thinking for the water here is maybe we'll do water, actual water, but we'll keep covering it with kind of green slime is what I'm imagining. So we make it look very green, and maybe we could fill out the... In fact, is there a way I can do this? Let me just have a look. I think there's a way to do visible, where is it? Clear water, oh that was it, wasn't it? Gosh, lost it. Clear water. Let's see what that does. Oh, what is that going to do? That hasn't done anything, okay. That didn't seem to change anything. So what I'm imagining is, I'll show you now actually. So let's say lime, I suppose. Whoops. Gosh, it's going to be a little bit tricky. But kind of like this, so we kind of have just slime on top of the water. Yeah, I think that can work. Kind of slime the whole way over the top of the water would be really cool. Maybe even purple slime. Yeah, that's what I might do actually, make purple kind of slime in the water. But as I say, I'm coming up to the end of my time here. Time to go to work again. So I'm probably gonna just call it a day at this, I suppose. I'm gonna have a fly around just so we can see what we've done. So everything that's purple has been built today. It's just a landscape, I know, but it's looking cool. We're gonna have a mushroom here, we're gonna have one here, and we're gonna have one here, so that hopefully when the player is coming in, or when viewed from this angle, which is kind of the primary angle I think, we can see those three mushrooms, and then hopefully if moving this way, we can start to see kind of up the valley through past the mushrooms. So I'm thinking quite a lot of mushrooms. These are going to be large ones, and then we can have some smaller ones. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, if you're interested, all the streams are backed up. You can watch through the old ones. There's dozens of hours now, probably 30 plus hours of streams. So if you're desperate for more, there is more. Anyway, gonna have a fly over here for anyone who hasn't seen the rest of the kind of area. So this is the first bit that I built, kind of on a whim. I just started building, and this is what I built. And then since then I've built through here. We've got these kind of huge high fantasy trees. It's supposed to be kind of viewed from inside this section. We got this kind of moorland. Some little, there's supposed to be heather bushes and this big broken dead tree. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna head you off, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Let's stop this.